should have turned the comments off. Yeah. Oh well. Let me pull up. Had to work. I'll give it a moment. Oh shit. I'm gonna wait till the minute marker and I'm gonna get into it. If I'm gonna be honest, I really should have put the comments off because I don't really care who's here, who listens, or who says anything. This live video is honestly me just speaking my mind, and at the top of the dome, I want to talk about the warriors of today. And what sparked this conversation, this idea, was listening to Alan Watts. It was his, I was listening to his, like a YouTube video somebody put together. And in the YouTube video, I watched one video about solitude, or mainly listen. I listened to one video talking about solitude, and the other video was talking about warriors. Think like a warrior and act like a warrior. And a lot of the stuff he was saying, it did definitely kind of struck a couple nerves in a good way. Because, like, when you hear someone talk about any topic, you'll start to realize you're either the opposition of the topic at hand, or you are in alignment with the topic at hand. And sometimes that alignment could be, yes, the opposition or the exact thing that they're talking about. So we're talking about warriors today simply because I started to think, like, because everything he was talking about as far as warriors, like getting up before the sun, working through pain, not seeking validation, and knowing that the biggest battle was with himself, not necessarily with others. And the last one that really struck, that really like hit something, was being able to not necessarily question everything, but know that you are in the divine blueprint with everything. Like, instead of getting up and wondering why is the wind blowing so hard today, you will essentially embrace the blowing of the wind and understand that this wind's strength is a reflection of who you are. And I can relate to that a lot because, like I said just a moment ago, sometimes, I feel like I was low-key the opposition of that, because there's times that I act like a warrior, but then I get deluded and distracted in my mind when I'm doing what I can with my body. And a lot of people, they talk about how's your mental health. A lot of people ain't necessarily having mental health. It's the trauma that's stored into the body that's never been addressed, healed, acknowledged. People hold things and put them to the side. And when you push it to the side, it festers, it holds on. And it puts you into a position of like, damn, what the fuck can I do? My mind can't handle this shit. Because your body hasn't taken the time. You haven't taken the time to address your body handling what you're going through. This is the only day I'm not gonna ask people to like the video, but if you do like the video, I appreciate it. I don't really care for a like or a view. I'm just speaking what's on my mind, to be honest. And then also, last week I didn't go live Friday, so this Wednesday I'm using this time to willingly speak on the topic at hand, which are the warriors of today. And it's 4 different warriors that I am aware of. There's many more, possibly, but there's 4 different categories of warriors that I found and what I've been experiencing in life and things of that nature. So if you want to hear and understand these other four, stay for a long time, and you may even be one of them. I wrote them down in my notebook before I left. For those who think a lot, it's always good to have a pad, have a notepad, because instead of you thinking all day, you can write down exactly what's on your mind and get it out your head. Get it out of a 4-dimensional space and put it into a 2-dimensional space that you can grasp and see. So, a common term and a very famous one is the mind is all. The mind is all, but the body is. Let me make that make more sense. The mind is everything because it connects and it's like the web for everything. It's like how we all use data for our phones and stuff like that. The mind is the data, but the body is like the phone. The body is like the company. The body holds memory. The mind holds moments. Memories too, but specific moments, like specific time periods that you could pull up off rip. It's kind of like when you're on a computer, you have a desktop, and all the little icons or apps that's on the desktop is ready to use at your disposal. But what about the apps that you don't have on your desktop, or all the files that's not put in front of you? That's the body. The body holds and stores a lot of information, a lot of memories, and a lot of trauma, a lot of shit that you've went through, people that's been molested, people that's been raped, people that's been put into very, very, very fucked up situations. They're stored in the body. And until you are willing to address, embrace, acknowledge, heal these experiences, they're going to continue to stay there as a negative component to the body and to the mind. And above all else, the soul and the spirit. Because this body is, we're borrowing our bodies to live this existence. The question is now, how much more of your existence do you want to experience that's going to be helpful or fucked up? People a lot of times be on demon time. A lot of people talking about Riz, aura. All of these things are our bodies. It's like our subconscious is allowing us to pick some things up if we're willing to pick it up. I think of Riz like, you know, when you open up that fresh pop, I call it soda pop, like it or leave it. When you open a bottle of pop, whether it's Fanta, Sprite, or whatever, that's that fizz. That's equivalent to like when people say Riz, because that little essence that opens up, that sound that you hear, it gives that drink its individuality. So when you see people Rizzing others, simply they're imposing their individuality onto someone in their way, whether they picked it up from somebody else or not. And everybody has aura, and this all goes into the warriors of today. Just vibe with me. Everyone's aura is different, and everyone's aura changes. There's like a core piece to our aura. However, everyone's aura differentiates because the day differentiates. You can start off your day with a whole lot of like lit, having a good time, playing R&B in the house and shit, dancing, doing yoga, whatever. But then someone can try to piss you off. Someone can try to make you angry. Someone can cut you off. Someone can do so many shit to try to throw off your energy, and that is equivalent to your aura. And then after you understand your aura is, how well can you control yourself? Like, I know for me, like, when I see pictures of myself and when I look at myself in the mirror, sometimes I'll be like, damn, I'm a very, like, captivating person. And sometimes I don't realize how great that shit is until either someone tells me or I do something that's super fucking, like, I catch it and I be like, damn, this shit is fire. And that could be music, that could be dancing, that could even be doing my job, that could be me speaking. Like, there's different avenues of how certain moments unlock that, what's the word I'm looking for? That unlocks that acknowledgement. So the warriors of today, I found there's 4 different types. The first type is the creative warrior. And that creative warrior is also called the Joker. The Joker or creative warrior is essentially a clown. And a lot of people are afraid of clowns when you talk about, like, you know, circus and stuff like that. But if you really think about it, a clown can embrace its imperfections. A clown can embrace how fucked up he or she is, but turns it into a joke, turns it into a moment of, like, acceptance. Not like, you know, degrading oneself, but they can accept how fucked up they are. Now, when I put the word creative in front of warrior, a warrior is consistently trying to get better. A warrior is consistently trying to do more, be greater, evolve better than where he or she was before. And the thing that's most important when it comes to being a creative person, and I say that from my own, you know, space, being a creative person, the hardest thing is trying to come up with the next idea, when in reality it's just being present enough to receive or be the idea that you're looking for. And when you can be the idea that you're looking for, you don't need to search for it, because you are already it. I'm sure painters go through this. I'm sure authors go through this, where we call it the writer's block or creative block or something like that. When in reality, that block is blocked from trying to find validation in what they need to create. And that means a lot coming from me, because, like, when you can break trying to find validation, trying to speak things into existence, when you can just be what you need to be in existence to manifest what you want, there's a difference to it. Like, you can speak affirmations all you want. You can say all the words you want to make you believe in whatever it is that your affirmation is helping you believe. However, the biggest thing is, can you be it? Can you be what you're speaking? In order to be a warrior, you have to be a warrior. You don't just speak like one, you have to become one. And that takes a whole lot of sacrifice, takes a whole lot of patience, takes a whole lot of wisdom too. So, as I'm making this video, I'm mainly not really doing this for people, to be honest, like this specific video. I'm making this video to allow myself to have something I could look back at whenever I'm going through my journey and I want to hear my own wisdom. Because stuff like this that I'm speaking on right now, this is the type of stuff that stays in my subconscious or stays in the back of my mind. And the moment I speak it out, it allows me to, you know, hear and embrace how my subconscious and how my mind is processing some of these things. So when I talk about the creative warrior, aka the Joker, this is the person who can simply take his creative ideas and not get consumed by their creative ideas, but continue to evolve with their creative ideas. And if we really think about it, all of these movies, all of these TV shows that's talking about the Joker or beings that's like, and that's a reanimation of the Joker kind of got better every time. It didn't really stay the same. And it's not about trying to put a smile on other people's face or none of that, this and the third. If you could smile and laugh alone, bro, you're winning. If you can laugh and smile alone, you're winning. Because a lot of people feel like they need to record a video. They need to post all of their content. They need to continuously put themselves out there to feel that validation, to feel acknowledged. And I get it. Shit, sometimes I still go through it. Like, probably 2 days out the week, I'm feeling like, all right, I need some validation. And that's only because I'm on my phone scrolling. The moment I started to take a break from social media completely, that's when I started to really see, like, you know, I don't need to show people how great I am. I could just be great. You know what I'm saying? Because theoretically, you could post 5 videos a week. And those 5 videos are showing different forms of your greatness. At what cost, though? What did you sacrifice to get those 5 videos out? And then the next thing is, are you going to do it again? Do what you can fucking manage. Because when you do what you can manage, it's not about the people who's seeing it. It's about seeing how much you've improved during the process. When you can embrace and see how much you're improving during the process of what you're consistently doing, that is more of a beneficial factor than you worrying about what the fuck somebody else viewing, or what somebody else saying, or how somebody else do their video, or how many likes you get, comments, all that bullshit. Because theoretically, the world we live in now, it's like we're a mix of like the strong and the weak blended together. Like, the weak are the ones who care about the comments, who care about what people say. But the strong are the ones who keep going, who keep posting, who keep showing up. Even if it's one video a week, even if it's one form of content, you showing up. That itself is being a warrior, because you're showing up. A lot of people will quit. And that's part of being a creative warrior. Now, the second warrior that came to mind was the influential warrior. The influential warrior is what I like to call a preacher, a speaker, a revolutionary. Because you influence the collective, you influence your environment in ways that impact a change. What's the word? The influential warrior brings change to their environment. Now, this is a slippery slope, because a lot of people change how they do certain things based off the influencers they watch. I've done it, you've done it, the person to the left of me done it, the person to the right of me has done it. Everyone has changed themselves in some type of way just so they can legit match what their influencer is doing. And now, this is why we have so many followers and not so many creators and builders. Now, I was talking to my brother about this yesterday on the way to the Cheesecake Factory for my mom's birthday. And in the conversation, I talked about how there's so many influencers in the world, but who's actually taking the talents and skills that they have to actually build a community? Like a real community where people are not striving to get likes or views and nothing like that, but they're doing things that can impact the next generation. Everybody wants to do streams. Everybody wants to go live. Everybody wants to do this, that, and the third. And that's okay. I'm not demeaning it or downing it. My kind of like input on it is, what are you bringing to the table? Like, legit, what are you bringing to the table? Are you gossiping or just doing that? You bringing toxicity to the table, because why are you talking about other people's lives when you're doing it to impact your life? Are you a revolutionary or a person who likes to elevate the mindsets of certain people? Okay, cool, keep doing that. Use it for yourself too, so you don't lose yourself in the process of giving but never receiving. Because everyone has the ability to elevate one another. A simple compliment will elevate your aura. No cap. So that's that. And then you got the regular entertainers. All these entertainers out here, it's cool. It's pretty cool. It's pretty dope. But then again, it's like it's too much entertainment, not enough knowledge. Like, and yes, your algorithm plays a huge part, because we have all the information in the world at the tip of our fingers. That's a fact. However, I feel like there's a significant more light brung to regular entertainment instead of videos that's trying to better you as a person. And we're here to live life, to experience it to the best of our ability. And yes, entertainment is part of that. Yes, gossip may be a part of that. Emotions are a part of that. However, it's more about, what do you consistently want to feel accept, and give out. What is the consistency that you want to bring to the environment around you? So the influential warrior is a warrior that is willing to get better at influencing people consistently. And to get better at influencing people is getting better at influencing yourself. If you get better at influencing yourself in positive ways, you're going to influence your reality in tremendous environments. I remember I saw a video a while back, it was a short, and this dude was saying how your frequency, your energy could be so potent and so loving and unconditionally righteous that the fact that you're even being positive is saving lives around you based off your energy. And for a minute, it took me a while to really understand that, because, you know, everyone, I feel like everyone they are destined to their own fate. Their destiny is based off their own decisions, their own actions. That's a fact. However, now, let's be real. Everyone is understanding the spiritual applications of things in some way, shape, or form. Everyone is, right? And if we are understanding the spiritual applications of things, then we all know that we are connected. Like, we all know we are connected in some way, shape, or form. Whether it's through bloodlines, genetics, elements, God, universe, nature, all of the above. We're all connected in some form of way. And in this connection that we have, the question is then, how are we utilizing our connection? And when you have one positive person that's like, say for instance, if we have like positivity or like aura on a level, if aura maxes out at like 10,000 and you have one person that's like 5,000 to 8,000 in their aura compared to their whole environment is stuck at under 1,000 or barely even reaching 500, that person itself is lifting up the environment just by being there. Just by being there. Being a clean spark. I say that because I just saw a sign that said clean spark. But yeah, like, for real. Just the fact that, it's like, for instance, if you go to a basketball game, NBA, if the whole Warriors is injured, like most of the team is injured, they have to pull players up from the G League, but Steph Curry's playing, you're gonna see Curry go crazy because he's just him, right? That one person is uplifting the aura of the whole team, and watch they still get a win because Curry is a baller. It's the same essence. It's the same thing on a football field. It's the same, like that in sports. It's the same thing in life. So let's go to the next warrior. What was it? Then you got the OG warrior. The OG warrior is the one that is like the one you see in like in movies from like the 1800s, 1600s, like the old warriors where they getting up before the crack of dawn, they eating, they working out, they running, they chopping wood, they making fires and shit. And to get more specific, the OG warriors know how to take care of the body and mind. The OG warriors know how to take care of the body and mind. Being able to take care of the body and mind makes you the warrior that people can look at and be like, yeah, he does his shit. I ain't gonna lie. You want to talk to somebody? Hey, talk to him. Trust me, you will not be steered wrong. And that OG warrior had to sacrifice a lot to get where he got. He had to do a lot as well to get where he got. So it's very important that, like, as I speak on this, I even asked myself, I wrote this in my journal, because I want to know from a soul level, without really thinking about it, what type of warrior do I want to be? And before you become something, you have to recognize what you already are. So that's what I'm working on personally. Because I do see myself as a creator. I do see myself as an influencer. I do even sometimes see myself as an OG to older kids. Even though I do look mad young, I'm halfway to 30. I'm about to be 25 this year. I said halfway to 30. I'm 5 years from 30. And I don't even look over goddamn 24. So it's like, the importance of your journey is to enjoy it. And the best way to enjoy something is to freely experience it. The problem that we fail to see is that you can experience something freely if something is always holding you back. And the solution to that problem is to understand your body, understand your mind. You can understand your body through meditation, through working out, through your family. And that's understanding your body because we have genetic connections, obviously, from our family. Some of the things our dad has done, we've done, or our mother has done, we've done. You know what I'm saying? It trickles down. So if we could understand this system that we've been subconsciously following, we can choose to alter it in a way that we see fit. That is important to me. That is very important to me. And the last one is a healer. A healer is one of the greatest warriors because you gotta understand this. You could be broken, you could be shattered, you could be lost. But a healer is gonna find a way. A healer is gonna replenish, refresh, charge up. A healer is gonna do what they're supposed to do to ensure that whoever needs it can benefit. So, for those who listens to this in the future, rather in spirit or physical, I want you to understand that you are a warrior because you strive to get here. If you're living in a body or you even hearing this in spirit, you are a warrior. The question is, what type of warrior do you want to be? And what type of warrior have you been this whole time?